All right, let's go on to the next lab, which is creating DAX calculations in Power BI Desktop. For this lab, which should take approximately 45 minutes, if you're new to DAX or new to Power BI Desktop, which should take us a little bit less time since we're very familiar with DAX and Power BI Desktop. And in order to prepare for this lab, we do need to download the zip file mentioned at this location. And in that zip file, we'll find the 14 starter sales analysis PBIX file, which I have opened up here on the left side of my screen. So let's start with the first task, create the salesperson calculated table. In this task, we're going to create a calculated table called salesperson, which has a direct relationship to sales. So if we go to the modeling tab, we can create a new table. And we're going to name the new table salesperson. And we are going to type salesperson performance, which is a table that already exists in our model. So that salesperson performance already existed, and now we have added the salesperson. All right, so that was the first couple of steps. And you can see if we zoom in here, you can see this is a calculated table while this is a normal table. All right, let's switch to the model view. And here is our new salesperson table, which doesn't have any relationship yet to our main model. All right, so we're going to create a relationship now between salesperson and sales table. So I'm just going to put this over here in the middle for now. So I'm going to create a relationship between employee key in the salesperson table and employee key here. All right, so there you go. All right, so this is going to be a one-to-many relationship, and we're going to keep this a relationship active. We're going to then right-click on the inactive relationship between the sales and salesperson performance table, and we're going to delete that inactive relationship. All right. In the salesperson table, we're going to multi-select the sales employee ID, control employee key, and the UPN. And we're going to hide those three columns. All right, perfect. Then in the model diagram, we're going to select the salesperson table, and in the properties pane, in the description box, we're going to enter salesperson related to sales. Let's copy that. All right. And for the salesperson performance table, we're going to say salesperson related to regions. All right, there you go. We have a salesperson table now and our salesperson performance, which is related to the sales through the salesperson region. All right. Next, we will create a date table. So let's go back to our modeling tab or we just create it from here because we have the new table option here. And we're going to call this table the date table. And we're going to say calendar auto and give the value 6. There you go. We have a new date table created here. Okay. So if we go to this date table, we will notice that they're formatted in month, day, and year, which is the US regional settings. Excuse me. We will also notice there is 1,826 rows, which we can see right at the bottom over here. Now let's create some calculated columns for this date table. We're just going to select new column. And we're going to copy and paste this code in here, which is the year column. There you go. And this is actually the fiscal year, not the calendar year. So it's doing some additional calculation to see if it is greater than June, and then it will add another year number to the year. We're going to copy the snippets for the quarter and the month from the snippets file. So new column, I will paste that code. That's going to be my quarter. And then let's do that one more time for the month. The snippets file is also available in that zip file we have extracted in the beginning of this lab. All right, now we can verify we have 3 new columns, the year, quarter, and the month, along with the date. All right, now let's switch to the report view and let's add a new page. And in this, we're going to select the matrix visualization. And from the data pane, we're going to add the year to the rows. It's already been added there. And drag the month also right underneath the year. And then we can, for example, go into the different months here. See that. Let's zoom in a little bit there so we can see that a little better. There you go. But we'll notice that the months are not chronologically ordered. They're ordered according to alphabets. So what we can do is add a new column called the month key to the date table. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sort this month column with this month key column. So let's go to the column tools. And we have an option here, sort by. And this is the month key column that we have just created. So we're going to sort the month column with the month key column. So if we go back to the report view, now you can see it's all chronologically ordered, which is just how we like it. All right. Now let's complete the date table. Let's move to the model view. We have our date table there, and we're going to hide the month key column. We do not need that for creating visualizations. It's only for sorting our month column. Um, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a hierarchy. So I'm going to select the year column, and I'm going to right click and say create hierarchy. So now we have a new hierarchy created, and we're going to rename this hierarchy to fiscal, and we're going to add quarter and month and apply level changes. All right, there you go. So now I have a new fiscal here. Zoom in and show you. So I have this new fiscal available here, which is a hierarchy, which is having the lowest granularity of year, the next level of granularity of month, quarter, and the highest level of granularity to be month. Now we're going to create a couple of relationships here. The first one is from date to sales table order date. Let's find the order date column here, right here. So that's going to be a one-to-many relationship, and that looks good. Okay. And the next is going to be to the targets table here, to the target month. Target month. And save. All right. Okay. Now we're going to hide that order date column and the target month column as well. Perfect. Another thing we're also going to do is we're going to mark the date table as a date table. In order to do that, I will just click on the three dots next to my date table, and I have an option here to mark as date table. Turn it on and select the date column and save. All right, perfect. Now Power BI understands that this table defines the date, and then it will use it for all the temporal calculations that it needs to do in your report. In the next task, let's create some simple measures. So now let's move to our report view. And in this page 2, we're going to drag the sales unit price into this matrix. There you go. You can see the same values there. And in the visual fields pane, we're going to convert it from average, and we can see all of these options. We didn't select average, but it has put average here by default. If we want to change it to any other summarization, we can. But we're not going to. We just want to show you all the different options available here. All right. Let's create a very simple measure. I'm going to right click on the sales table and say new measure. And I'm going to copy this average price DAX created over here. Let's have this average price, and we're going to add this average price to our matrix. And you can see it has the same values. It has the same result as our implicitly created average unit price and our explicitly created average price. And for this explicitly created average price, we cannot change the type of summarization like we could for the implicitly created average price. All right, let's create these from the snippets. I'm just creating those 5 required measures from the snippets file, which is available to you. So that was the median price, the min price. The next one is max price. We have orders. And we have order lines. All right, so we have created our different measures. Let's move to the model view. And I'm just going to extend this a little bit more. And let's multi-select the 4 price measures, which is average price. I'm going to hold down Control, max price, median price, and min price. And in the Properties pane, we're going to set the format to 2 decimals. Right here, 2 decimal places. Okay. And we're going to assign a display folder. So just by putting a name here called pricing, we are going to be assigning it these 4 a display folder. And let's hide the unit price now. We don't need the unit price now. If we go back to the report view, we can see now we have created this pricing folder here. All right, let's do the same for the order lines we have created. So order lines and orders. And here we're going to set the format to use 1000 separator instead of adding decimal points. And over here we're going to call the display folder to be counts. All right, let's go back here, and now we can see we have 2 folders, counts and pricing. All right, let's remove my unit price and keep the average price in there. And we're going to add all of these different median price, min price, max price, orders, and order lines. All right, let's zoom out a little bit so we can extend this area for this visual so we can see it a little bit better. There you go. Okay, that looks very good. Let's create some additional measures. Let's go to page 1 and review the visual we have here. We can see the total target value is 67 million. So let's select this and let's remove target. And let's rename this target field as target amount. All right. And let's create this measure inside the target table. New measure. All right. Let's go to the format of this column. And we wanted to have 0 decimal places. All right. I'm going to hide the target amount column here. And let's add now the target measure instead of the target amount to our visualization. And now you see we cannot see that value. Why can't we see that value? Because in this, we say that only if the salesperson column has a value, then only we will have a value for that one. If it doesn't, then it's blank. All right. Let's use the snippets and add 2 more measures to our sales to our targets table. Variance, and let's add another one called variance margin. Okay, that's good. We have it all there now. Let's format the new columns. So this one also has 0 decimal places. And for the variance margin, we want 2 decimal places. And this should be a percentage with 2 decimal places. All right. So we're going to add these columns now to our report. Going to move this a little bit to the side so we can add now our variance and our variance margin as well. All right. And with that, we have completed our lab of creating DAX calculations in the Power BI desktop. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another lab.